Hey! How are you all? Hello, hello, hello! As always, please let me know in chat if you can hear me, see me fine, all of that stuff. That way I can adjust accordingly. Light some incense over here. Big old lighter. I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, getting stuff done, man, trying to. The panini set me back a lot, so I've been trying to work on a lot of stuff as much as I can on my off time. And so that was one of the reasons why I wasn't live on Saturday. I'm just trying to like not only catch up with work stuff, but stuff around the house, and tax season is on its way, so I'm trying to get all of the stuff ready for that. Just lots of stuff. And like today was laundry day and a little bit of filming, and like then I'm trying to work out again, so that's fantastic. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I'm trying to take care of, and you know, take care of myself as well. So yay, I'm doing well though. Like I have to say, this past week is the first week where I'm like finally okay with like pushing myself with working out and like being okay with that. And so yes, I'm a little exhausted from it, but it's a good exhausted. Hey Jericho, welcome. So for those of you who don't know, I live stream simultaneously on YouTube as well as Twitch. So if you don't see other commenters or don't know who I'm talking to, it could be the other chat, because I don't have those. For whatever reason, the Twitch chat doesn't come up on with the YouTube chat. I don't know how to fix it yet. I'm still learning the Twitch side of things. So yay. So today we are going to be going over the Postcards from Spirit book, deck and pamphlet, I guess. This is not really a guidebook. And we're going to kind of play around with them. It's a little bit of a different deck. You'll see. So it's one of those that I've not really done a video on because of the way that the deck is. Oh yeah, you guys can hear me just fine. Awesome. Yay! Oh, dinner time for some of you. Yay! Hey Joe, how are you? Oh, thank you. I was trying to do some kind of funky neon to match my neon shirt. So there's this palette, I think it's Revolution. I think that's the brand name. But they have the Disney Princesses collection, and I got the Ariel palette, and there's just a whole bunch of bright colors in it, lots of blues, reds, and purples. Highly recommend. It was pretty inexpensive too. I think it was like $20, so you get the eyeshadows as well as some highlighters, blush, and a bronzer. So, I mean, can't really complain about the price, and it's decent quality too. Hey Lunar! Hi Coralie! Oh, I appreciate you guys. Hey, Tarot and Intuitive Readings. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoy them. That makes me feel good. I'm glad. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to be back. I feel like whenever I skip a day, I feel like I skip a month. So what I use is Streamlabs OBS, and it's a separate program, and it allows me to kind of have different interfaces, and it allows me to stream simultaneously, but I believe you have to pay for that service. Like I upgraded to like the pro version so I could have all of these extra features, and honestly, it's quite worth it if you're looking at doing that sort of a thing for streaming. There's a bunch of different streaming platforms out there, but this was the one that I kind of did a little bit more research on because I've heard more people use it. Or not that came out wrong. I've heard more people that I've watched stream use it. Like this is what they were talking about, so I looked into it. Because again, sometimes I'm technologically challenged. Like I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So I learn by doing, and so I have to kind of tweak and play around with things. And so I was able to find some tutorials and use it. But yeah, so it's a separate program. and it allows you to put in your channels, and it kind of gives you all the little controls in one spot. Also different widgets, and then the music in the background is like an add-on that you can pay for, but I'm using the free program because, like, why? Why? I don't need all of the other 5 million channels. So off topic, but yeah, it's a decent beginner friendly, if I could do it, anybody can do it, program. So yeah. And then, cameras. So I'm using a separate webcam for this, and then my phone is actually another webcam. I kind of rigged it in a weird way, so that way I could have 2 cameras, because otherwise it would have just been this camera, and I have a webcam on my computer, but I wanted to be able to have a camera that I can move just in case I get a different, a higher upgrade of a camera later on. So anyway. Oh, yay, Joe, I'm glad you're doing good. Yay. What else is new, you guys? Everybody doing okay? Valentine's Day is coming up. Ooh. We don't really celebrate it in our house. It's just like another day. I don't think that we're going to do much because it's on, what is it? It's the day after the Super Bowl. And it's, it's still a panini. I don't want to go out and eat in a restaurant. So I think we're going to have a chill day and watch some movies and just kind of relax. Maybe I'll make a nice dinner. I don't know. And are you guys watching the Super Bowl? For those of you who are football fans or fans of Eminem and Dr. Dre and Snoop. I probably won't. I don't have any interest. The last Super Bowl I watched was the one where Lady Gaga. Yeah. That was like the last Super Bowl party that I went to. And then I only watched the Shakira and J-Lo performance. Yeah, February 14th is Valentine's Day. It's commercialized there too? Yeah, it's so commercialized here. I call it a Hallmark holiday. Hey, Robin! Nice to see you. Mimosa! Nice! You deserve it. Get those nails done. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mimosa. That's awesome, Jake. Practicing, that's awesome. Everybody can benefit from practicing. Have you tried the what is it, the Smule or the Zool app? The one with the microphones and like, it's a karaoke app. I've been guilty of using it. I've just never like posted anything about it. And then I'm like, okay, I have to stop. I have to stop playing around with this. This is ridiculous. Hey, Rowan! A rat lab. Oh, wow. Oh, it is 6 o'clock. You have? Nice. At least you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so before I switch the view here, so we're going to be taking a look at the postcards from Spirit. And if you're on Twitch, I don't know if you can see it, but there should be a description box. If not, on my YouTube channel you can find it. So we're streaming. This will be uploaded to YouTube later for those who are new, and if you are interested in this deck, you can find where you can purchase it legitimately in the description box below, as well as my link tree, where it will give you all of my social media and my Etsy shop, where you can purchase a private reading should you want to. And then what else? Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. And double check that you are if you have done so already, because there are people that have been making me aware that they have been not getting notifications. So sometimes that bell doesn't stay clicked for whatever reason. And check if you're still subscribed, because you know, the algorithm likes to do its thing. So just make sure that all of that's double checked. And then if you could just like this video already, that'll get it sent out to the people who don't normally get the notifications, and will make the video go out to a wider range of audiences, and I would appreciate it. So that being said, let's get into it. Woo! All right. So we are doing the Postcards from Spirit. This is a 52 card oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. It has been out for quite some time, and the images that are on here are by Jenna DellaGrottaglia. I can never pronounce her name correctly, but she's phenomenal. Her work is usually always with Colette Baron-Reid, and I love it. So this retails for $24.99, but as I was giving the links in the description box, Hay House has a sale. I think it's on sale for $17 now or some sort. But these are quite the interesting cards. This one is an older box. I had this for a few years now, and I haven't really used it enough, so that's why it's $21.99. They increased the price. So let's take a look at what the back has to say. Imagine traveling to a sacred place where you can receive communication from your loved ones who have passed on, your ancestors, your spirit guides, or even your guardian angels. What if they knew what you need to know about every aspect of your life's journey? Colette Baron-Reid has created this original and unique oracle card system to open a portal to the other side. Through a compassionate and sometimes playful chorus of voices, you'll feel as if you're receiving a postcard from another dimension. Just you, or just for you, a message with practical advice and profound meaning. Ask a question and a postcard from Spirit will show up with just the right answer. So that's essentially most everything you need to know. It is like receiving letters or postcards. That was the packaging that I kind of just went over, but yeah. There's no guidebook because there's essentially no need to have a guidebook. I'm not going to read you every little bit of this, but this is a pamphlet that gives you all of the information on how to work with it, as well as information about Colette and the artist. But I just want to read you down here where it says how to work with it. Unlike other decks where multiple cards can make up a reading, this one is designed to facilitate a dialogue between you and those in spirit as you choose one card at a time to answer a question you have posed. You can ask the question of a loved one who has crossed over, or your angel guides, or whatever light beings or beings you wish to consult. The answer will always be in a collective of loving allies, a we or a us communicating to you through the all-loving consciousness that is Spirit, who unifies their voices into one. And then the way you ask a question will determine the quality of the answer and how on target it will be. Therefore, I like a very simple approach to this oracle. First, you choose who. Whom will you ask for guidance? Spirit, etc. And then the easiest and simple way to get a personal guidance from this message for each day is to ask simply, Spirit, what do you need me to know today for my highest good? And then there's some alternatives. And she says that you can pull a second card for clarity and a third card for the possible future, but not to really dwell on getting an answer for the future. Oh, that music is a little loud. Just because the future isn't set in stone. So what might be relevant to you today might not be relevant to you tomorrow or weeks from now even. So that's essentially it. You just need like one card from here, and that'll give you your answer. And it is kind of hard to shuffle. I'll say that just strictly because there are right corners and they're sharp. Hey, Ferris! Hey, Spirit Moon! Welcome, welcome! Okay, so this one was really hard for me to try to make like a full-length video on because there's not really that much of a difference between the cards, images. It's more like, here's a letter. And then you'll notice once we start going through it, there's like a little icon or a symbol in the center where, the address would be. But there's always a little stamp, and then on the back, it will always give you the message. And, hi, Mystified! Welcome, welcome! And so, yeah, it's a little hard for me to shuffle this way because of the corners, but we'll just go with it. So, hopefully you can see everything that I'm seeing. And we'll kind of flip through these a little quickly, and then we'll pull a card and read the message so that you can kind of get a feel for how it will be read. And then we will pull cards for everybody in chat that wants a card read. Oh, my shirt. My brother and his wife went to Disney World, and they brought it back for me from Disney World. I love it too. So the images are really faint, like super faint. So I don't know if you'll be able to see much of it. But they definitely have that vintage feel, like they've been in the trunk of your Louis Vuitton traveling case, or, you know, your drawer, like very worn feel. Hey, Angela. But I love the addition of the different stamps, and they're not all the same stamps either. And I do really enjoy the way that it is signed "we," because again, it's just like the collective spirit realm, you know. Hi, Leanne, welcome. Blessings to you too, Angela. Love this hummingbird. And there's always a kind of different type of message in here too. And it's always very gentle, but it's, you know, it's guidance as well. So it's like, you know, if you're struggling or having a hard time, I feel like this deck is a good, like, warm hug in a way. I take this deck out and I use it kind of as a communication tool to talk to loved ones that have passed, to see, you know, if there's a message that they want to tell me. I direct it to that, and it actually works really well for that. Or if you're doing any kind of ancestor work, this would be also pretty good for shadow work as well, in a more gentler approach. So it's not something that maybe it's going to be, what's the word? Not intimidating, but what is, like, strict, you know, like a strict answer. It's going to be more along the lines of, here's what you need to know, or here's what we're thinking, and, you know, maybe we can come to a understanding, I guess. Hey, Sylvain! Watching me from work. Thanks. I don't want to get you in trouble. So yeah, the images are pretty faint. I don't know if they really relate to the topic of the card or not. Oh, Lunar on Twitch. You're so sweet. I don't really know if they relate to the message on the back of the card. I haven't really honestly paid attention to if they correlate or not. Oh, so I am streaming simultaneously on YouTube and on Twitch. So, 2 platforms. So if you're not seeing certain names or chats in your chat, it's probably in the other one. But I have both of the chats on the screen right now, so I can make sure that I am acknowledging everyone. Mystified, I got it. It was a gift from my brother from Disney World. They brought it back from the Magic Kingdom. I don't know if you can get it on Shop Disney. I haven't seen it. But to be fair, I only go on Shop Disney for like I force myself off of the site, because then I'm going to want everything. There's just so many cool things. However, I was pretty unimpressed with the Madame Leota and Haunted Mansion merch that they had out during Halloween, this past Halloween. It really wasn't my kind of style. Sometimes makes you feel warm. And tell them to shut up. That's okay. No, Mystified, you're fine. No, you're fine right there. There's 2 different chats for different platforms. So you're fine. Maybe going away box. I get that. It's not a deck that I use consistently. It's definitely one that I use for, like, if I want to communicate to certain people that have passed, or like the spirit guides, or that sort of a thing. If I have like if I want a deeper like connection, I guess. But it does feel like some of the cards, yeah, like sometimes you're like, yeah, I know, thanks. When their message pops up, it's like, yeah, I get it, thanks. You don't have to tell me 5 million times. I get it. Yes, I know. And then there's other times where it's like, I really needed to hear that message today. So I get the love-hate relationship. Yeah, it's a different look. I don't know if I have anything quite like this. I mean, I don't have any other deck that looks like a letter, but it is definitely an interesting and unique looking deck. And my biggest complaint about it is these dang corners, but it makes sense. I get it. It's supposed to look like a letter. But at the same time, letters can have rounded edges. So you can see what I mean about, like, it wouldn't be a very intriguing video on its own. But I like that, doing this live with you guys, we can, like, have a bigger discussion while we look at it. Because, yeah, there's not much to look at with each card. It's not like you have a bunch of images to dissect. And how many? 52. I keep bumping the phone stand. I'm sorry. And some of them are more brightly colored, and some of them are more subdued. But quite honestly, they do blend all together for me. But it's fun to look at the different stamps. 2 cents. I'll give you some 2 cents. I thought that was a cute touch. All right. And then some of them have little quotes at the bottom. Love your dreams. All right, so I'll show you how they shuffle, and then we'll pull a card. So this way, it is a longer, wider deck, like a letter, so it might be harder for you to shuffle this way, but I'll show you a different way that I like to do it. And the cardstock, by the way, as we're shuffling, is nice. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's very flexible, and it is a nice matte. It kind of has, it's not a velvet, but it's not uncomfortable to use. It has a nice soft feel to it. So we can shuffle it this way. But what I like to do is turn it on its side. and shuffle it lengthwise. And that way, we get a little bit more control and dexterity over it. I'm going to lift it up a little bit more here. Ooh. And then it shuffles just fine this way too. Sometimes the cards like to stick together, but I think it's just the texture of that matte card. I don't know if, for those of you who have this deck, I don't know if that happens to you too, but it happens to me where I get like multiple cards at once, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take the top one. All right, can I get a card to read for an example, please? Okay, well, we'll take this one. All right. So that's this. It says, Hope Floats. Cute. Alrighty. So we've got paragraphs. Alright. Dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous. But know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear. Rather, in spite of it, or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to, and let Spirit take the wheel and help you steer to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said? Take one step toward the gods and they will take 10 toward you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. So that's kind of interesting because when I was using this card earlier today, that's the same card I got. So what do you guys think so far before we pull cards for everyone else? Oh, I gotta go back to chat here. Oh my gosh, Arlene, yes. Like, it's like, yeah, just let me know that, yeah, everything is okay, but it sucks. Yeah, like, we get it. Like, yeah, totally. Understand. Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of the cards look very similar, Rowan. Absolutely. Hi, Monique. You haven't missed much. We just flipped through the cards, and there wasn't. They all look really similar to this. Couldn't connect with them. Yeah. Yeah, I do like the affirmators. The only one that I have is the love and relationship one. I haven't veered into any of their other ones. I kind of want to. Yeah, Gina, I would definitely need to brown the edges too, yeah. I like the look. It's very different, and I can appreciate a different looking deck. Absolutely. Oh, I get it, Sylvain. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Totally get that. They don't resonate, yeah. Hey, Van! You know, yeah, it is very wordy. It's one, like I said, it's one that like is fantastic to use like when you want to use it and you want it, that comfort. But at the same time, it's not a deck that I would be drawn to use all the time or consistently. Windows of the Soul cards. I'm gonna have to write that down. I know I've seen that. It's been sitting on your buy list for a while. bubbly. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Arlene, what a flippin' cute thing. That would be a really great use of this deck. Absolutely. Leaving it around town. So kind of like those painted rocks that people do. They'll paint rocks and hide them. And then when you find them, you hide them in a different spot. Yeah, I would love to pull more. And then you guys can get a little bit more of an idea of how it reads. I could pull one for you, Mystified, to see. And then Mimosa asked. So Mystified will do you, and then I'll do Mimosa. And let me just start writing this down now. And then if you guys want me to pull from here too, just let me know in chat, and then we'll keep a running tally of who's next. I don't have a system that we can key in yet. I'm working on it. I'm working to try to figure out something that is efficient. But for right now, we are writing it all down. See, Rowan's already on top of it. She's amazing. Okay. All right. So let's get one from Mystified here. Okay, Mystified. Dearest you, we have something exciting to share with you. You are a manifesting master, and you don't even know it. There will always be enough of everything that you will need in your life. Money, opportunities, love, kindness. So whatever you're asking guidance about, have faith and be open to the many ways in which you will be experiencing prosperity. Spirit is the source of your supply. The universe is always reflecting back to you to what you believe. So whenever you fall into insecurity, you will be shown an illusion as if your fear were real. But the truth is that the universe is abundant. You are and always have been enough, and abundance is your natural state. If you can imagine something consistently as truth, you can and will create it. So oh my goodness, read. You are so on the right path now. Keep believing. Then the seeing happens. Loving you more and more every day. That's sweet. Law of attraction. Abundant thinking. Manifestation. All right, Mimosa. You have the affirmators, but you don't know what one you have. Absolutely, Lunar. Absolutely, Monique. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Laura. All right, Mimosa. Ooh. Okay. Little Cupid with a rose. All right. Dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. Sweet. Yeah, whatever is making you feel a certain type of way, take a double look. See if it's serving you in the best way possible, and if it is not, maybe there is a choice to be made, or a new way of looking at it, a new perspective. Okay. Next we got Lunar. Hi, La Vida Mágica. Lunar. Hey, Ashley. Absolutely. This is that one song that has like talking in the background, and I'm always like, who is speaking to me? Am I hearing voices? Okay, Lunar. That is what the front looks like. Little swan. Okay. Dearest you, do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We are here for you, and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part, now let us do ours. You would be awestruck if you knew how many strings were pulled through the matrix to give you what you need and desire. Spirit has a plan, and when you sign up to be a co-creator, you need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans meet up with those of Spirit. Remember, though, Spirit's timetable and ideas of how things will play out may be quite different from yours. Trust us. Spirit's ideas are amazing. Now let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will have taken place. We love you so much. So it's like a definite big, like, surrender to the universe. Let it happen. Like, don't force things. Like, we got you. The universe has your back. Violet! Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. All right, Monique, and then Ashley, and then Gina. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rowan, for all of that. Always a lurker. All right. We love a lurker. Well, that was quick. We're taking the top one. Okay. So Monique. Just keep hitting things. I have no spatial awareness, apparently. Okay, so dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and just adores you. So I always say that, like, I don't know if this resonates, but if you're going through it, forgiveness is always for your benefit and no one else's. It is not, it's not giving them a pass. It's not being like, okay, yeah, I forgive you because, like, we need to move on and, like, you know, I want you to feel good and be okay. Forgiveness is about letting the burden go like that, but at the same time, like, you've got to do this for yourself. Otherwise, you're stuck in that that process and reliving it over and over. And forgiveness gives you a way of being like, okay, like, it happened, it sucked, it wasn't the best experience, or they didn't treat me right, or fill in the blanks, but hindsight is 2020, and what I'm going to do now is use this experience as a learning opportunity, and I'm going to forgive them because maybe they didn't know what they were doing, or I'm going to forgive myself for putting myself in that situation, or XYZ, fill in the blank. But now I know what not to do. I'm just going to forgive the situation, let it go, for my ability to move on. Because they're, like, example from my experience, like, just dwelling on it alone is just, it's a huge burden in and of itself. Like, every time you see the person, it's like a grudge, or every time you remember the situation, it's like, ugh. But once you set that intention of, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to forgive you, but for my benefit, and swap that intention, not forgive them for their benefit, not be like, okay, yeah, everything's okay now. No, it's like, you know what? It happened. I'm going to forgive, but I'm not going to forget. Like, I'm going to remember that this happened, that this was the situation, so I can move on and I can learn from it and I can grow exponentially from this, because not doing it keeps me small. Doing it allows me to grow and allows me to expand. Forgiveness is always the benefit for you. Like, it is never for the benefit of the other person. The time it becomes a benefit for the other person is when they actually learn from their behavior or learn from the experience and takes charge with their actions and shows you that they have changed or that they have learned. So it's usually, forgiveness is one-sided and it's for your benefit. And I know that was a tangent and I apologize, but, like, for some reason I felt like that had to be said. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, the Junking Data Girl. Welcome, welcome. Laura, welcome, welcome. Awesome, Monique. I'm glad. Okay, cool. Hi, MOM. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad. Welcome. And learning is a process, and sometimes it can be a very slow process. So to all of you who are learning tarot, oracle, divination in general, don't stress yourself out by not knowing everything or memorizing everything. It's a process. Enjoy the ride. It is, you're not going to get to a final destination. You're just going to get easier navigating the journey. So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to learn everything at once. Take your time. Use the guidebooks up until you feel ready to not need them anymore. And even then, still keep them by your side, because you never know. Sometimes we have brain farts. So it is definitely a journey. It is not getting to a destination. So yay. That's so exciting. Okay, who was next? It was Ashley. Okay, Ashley. Okay, hold on. I was distracted. I'm sorry. Ashley! 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 Sorry. I've had a lot of caffeine today because I needed it, and hence the little bit of hyperactivity. That one wanted to come out. Okay. You are divine beauty. Aw. Okay. Dear you, the simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything in this relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence, and even in the spirit world, there is consequence for every action taken on your behalf. Right now, you're facing conditions that were set in motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. They will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. If some things are a little off and uncertain, know that whatever you are facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what is being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move to higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't that amazing? How we adore you. Oh, Ashley. I think that's a great thing, that everything's going to be working out. Hey, Louise. You're welcome, MOM or Mom. Love it. Thank you so much, Monique. Thank you very much. Aw, that was so sweet. Thank you. So yeah, consequences aren't always a bad thing. Consequences, everything has a cause and effect, and the effect is the consequence. So, you know, there's that saying, what goes around comes around. Like, what you put out, you will receive. So I think the message here is that don't worry. You're doing the things that are supposed to be done, and you're going to be fine. So that's so exciting. All right, so we've got Gina next. It is pretty creative. There's a lot of mixed feelings about it, which is understandable because it is written like letters. So you know, it's not terrible. I don't think it's terrible, but for me personally, it's not a deck that I would use consistently. Ashley, it's going to turn around. I have a really good feeling that it's going to turn around. And you know what? There's going to be rough days. There's going to be rough days. We all have them. We all experience it. But it's, you know, keeping the focus, and I guess you can say keeping the faith too. Like, I don't know how many days I'm just like, this is too much, or like, you know, why even bother, whatever, blah, 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 like that negative mind frame. And then I have to tell myself, it's like, just be lucky you have today, right? Tomorrow's not promised. So the minute I start getting into, you know, the dwelling and the negative thought patterns and all of that stuff, I'm just like, you know what? I gotta just make the most of the rest of my day. Like, yeah, stuff happens. You know, not everything goes our way all the time, but at the end of the day, like, we're not promised tomorrow. So let's try to turn the rest of the day around. You know, we're only human though. So, you know, things do affect us, and things are tough, especially now. Things are crazy tough. But I think if we, quote unquote, keep the faith, then we have a better outlook, and things get a little bit easier incrementally, you know. Not everything can be rainbows and butterflies all the time. The universe is all about duality, and so, you know, they're just like the Wheel of Fortune. What comes up must come down, and what is down will always come back up. So if you're down, you won't stay down for long. Oh, Manuela. Okay. All right, so Gina's next. I feel like a lot of these lives were just like therapy for each other. We're just like, just talking it out, sending positive vibes. And you know what? I think that's beautiful. Ooh, a butterfly. Okay, Gina. Dearest you, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time, you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we're right there with you, with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. I get the feeling that self-care is in order for you. Again, the duality there, the ebb and flow, like the universe is just like, you can slow down a little bit, you can take it easy. Not everything has to be that drive all the time. I know we talked about it before with the waves where, you know, the drive is the wave coming in and the surrender is the wave coming back. Sometimes it's okay to be like, you know what, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to rest. I've done all I can today. And listening to our body, listening to what it needs, making sure we're drinking water. I'm awful about that, but, you know, all of those self-care things. And we have to remember that we cannot focus on the things that we have no control over. Like if we can't change it, if we can't control it, there's not much we can do. And anxiety over it, worry over it is not going to change it either. So the best we can do is take care of ourselves physically and emotionally and mentally, and just pay attention to what we need at the time. It is not selfish to practice self-care. In fact, it is the least selfish thing that you can do, because you are giving your body what you need in order to keep moving, to keep going, to keep doing for others. Okay? Oh my gosh, Mystified, I got chills. So she definitely visited you. Whenever you see a past loved one in your dream and it's like vivid and real and raw, I take that as a sign personally, as they're coming to visit you, and let you know that they're checking in on you. I've had that happen to me a few times where my loved ones have come in, and it's just like, it feels so real and it feels so comforting at the same time. And then like you feel like you were right there with them, and then when you wake up it's like bittersweet, because you're like, wait, did that happen? And then you realize it's a dream and you're like, oh no. But they come and they visit and they tell you that, you know, they're okay, that they're checking in on you. So absolutely 100%, I believe in my heart of hearts that that's what happens when you dream of them, especially when it feels so real. And, you know, they're always checking on you, whether you believe in heaven or another plane or whatnot. I believe that they are somewhere. I couldn't tell you where, but I know that, you know, they're always looking out for us, and they're always checking in and making sure we're, you know, all right. And it's more about, you know, your comfort than theirs, because they're good. They are going to be good. They are awesome over there, but it's like letting them know that letting you know that they're still around. Yeah. You are welcome. Yes, tides of the ocean. Hey, Laura. Oh, Gina, see? Yeah, get some rest. Don't make me reprimand you. You know, it's okay. It's all right to, you know, make sure that you're taking it easy. You know, even if it's a couple minutes, even if it's like, you know, I'm going to take extra long in the bathroom. I'm going to take an extra long shower. Like, give your body what it's needing. Okay, La Vida Mágica. Mágica? I took Spanish for a couple years. I was pretty good at it, and then I lost it. That saying is definitely true. If you don't lose it, or if you don't use it, you lose it. And I am so upset. I really enjoy speaking Spanish. I need to remember how to do it. I tried to do Duolingo for a little bit, and I fell out of that too. All right. Is this the same card? Oh my God, it's the same card. So basically the self-care applies to you too. I'm going to see if I can pull a different one for you. Let me just see. So self-care, go with the flow, surrender. Let's see. There we go. All right, we got another little Cupid. Okay, selfless giving is an elixir so sweet and life-giving and amazing that it should be customary for everyday living. Right now, generosity is being asked of you. Let go of a debt, release an obligation, or do a solid kindness to someone for no other reason than as an exercise of the heart. You will be surprised how quickly a generous heart is repaid. We know it often doesn't happen in the immediate exchange, so temper your expectations. Know that life has an uncanny way of sending miracles seemingly unrelated to your kindness, yet interconnected in magical ways. The more you act from generosity, the bigger your heart grows and the more love and abundance you will experience. We also know that someone could be entering your life with a generous offer for you. Take it and trust you are worthy and deserving of it. You have to receive, not just give. So again, yeah, that ebb and flow. If you are holding on to something that maybe, like they're talking about a debt, but like if you're holding on to something, again, like release it because it's just weighing you down. It's not something that you should take with you. And then also, according to the card, maybe there's something coming your way as far as an offer. So keep a lookout for that and see what happens. But practice self-care, release what doesn't serve, and then keep a lookout for an opportunity or an offer. If that card comes out again, I swear. But you know what? It's so true though. Right now, everybody is in desperate need of self-care. Like we are all in need of it all the time. Aww. I think we are all a little difficult on ourselves when we're supposed to take time out. Oh, you live in Mexico now. Awesome. Yeah, I feel like you remember it more when you are around it, and that's like the dominant language. Whenever I'm around Spanish-speaking friends or anything like that, and they're speaking it around me, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to pick up on the words, and I'm trying to remember how it works. I have a friend who fluent, and she'll speak it, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try to reply to you in Spanish, and then she's just like, okay. She's like, you can try. But the whole point is the trying. Bye, Louise. Have a great night. I hope you are well. Okay, so now we've got the junking data girl. You're welcome, Lavita. The magical life. Yes? All right, the junking data girl. Let's see. Okay, good. At first I thought it was the same self-care card. I was about to scream. Alright, the junking data girl. Dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? We are here to tell you we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. That was a weird sentence. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are on this earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirit in nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so, so loved. Are you a creative person? Because this feels like a muse card to me. This definitely feels like listen to your muses. I like that this hints at, like, you know, something's gonna be coming up that's exciting for you. Oh, Cha-Cha, okay. Nice. A lot of chatter. I don't know where I'm going. Sometimes that's okay. Like, sometimes we just get moments of inspiration and it strikes and we're like, okay, wait, how do I do this? What do I do? Like, how do I create it? How do I go about it? And then if we just, you know, think on it a little bit, things happen. It's that whole, like, light bulb moment, right? And when you get those, it's like so awesome. I love when that happens. It's like literally like someone turns the light bulb on and you're like, wait, how did I not think of this like years ago? So yeah, just know that I think you're going to be getting a lot more inspiration coming your way, and know that, like, that is help from the other side, I guess. But I definitely feel like there's something coming that's going to be a big, like a light bulb moment is going to be coming, and that's going to be a big push forward for you. All right, and then we got no script for spirit. Yeah. And remember what we were just talking about earlier. What is down must come up. So, like, if you've been overdue for, like, some positive reinforcement and positive stuff coming your way, it's coming soon. And, you know, we can't force it. We can't force things to turn over in our favor. The universe has the wheel, right? So, if you've been having a rough go of it, it won't be for long. Take stock in what you are going through, and maybe there's a lesson in there. Easier said than done, but there could be a lesson in there somewhere that, like, we need to learn in order to click that wheel over a little bit forward. So that's kind of how I learned to deal with rough times, because believe me, we've all been through it. And so then I kind of think about, like, okay, what are the patterns that are repeating? What caused this catalyst? What can make me propel it forward? X, Y, Z, etc. Right? So sometimes we go through similar rough times in our lifetime. Oh, thanks, Gina. Thank you. You're very generous. Sometimes we go through these rough times multiple times during our life because there's a lesson that consistently needs to be learned. Thank you so much. So, you know, for instance, if we're consistently, going from job to job to job, not finding the right job, maybe it's because we're not meant to be in that field, or maybe we, should be looking in other environments or another field altogether. That's the only example I can think of right now, but you know what I mean? So like something, we're consistently put in these lessons in order for us to finally learn what we needed to learn out of it. And then once we finally learn the lesson, things start turning around. So again, tangent, but you won't stay down for long if you're down. So mystified, yeah, like I feel like you will know when it will arrive. Like, is there something that you are consistently trying to manifest? Because that will show up if you're working toward it. So like you can't just like make a wish and expect it to manifest. Like you have to be doing the work in the physical realm too. So like you can do the affirmations, you can do the, law of attraction stuff, you can write in the journal, you can, do rituals and all that sort of thing, but you also need to be doing the work in the physical realm too. So you need to be like making moves, you need to be doing the work behind the scenes, that sort of a thing, because again, your actions are to be taken account in too. So like you have to be, moving forward consistently towards your goal. And so again, the universe will reward the work and will reward the energy that the like will attract like. Yeah, sometimes all we need to know is the first step. Absolutely. Open to receive. Absolutely. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Write the lesson book. Absolutely. Yeah, I think too, the things that we often forget when we are trying to manifest is that we are worthy of receiving good things. Sometimes things in our life, we, whether we were bullied at a young age or we were in not the best situations, family life, fill in the blank. I think a lot of that is a condition to make us feel like we condition ourselves to feel like maybe we're not worthy of receiving compliments, of receiving gifts, of receiving what the universe has for us. Like we're not the next best thing to slice bread, like that sort of a mentality. And so then when we try to manifest, if we don't believe that we're worthy enough, then it defeats the whole purpose. We have to believe wholeheartedly that we deserve to receive, that we are enough, that we are doing the best that we can with our circumstances that we got. Sometimes I have met a lot of people that are like, I don't deserve this. Like I don't believe in myself. I don't have the confidence. I don't think I'm worthy for any of this. And it's that mentality that negates the whole process of manifesting, because again, energy goes towards the same energy. So if you're consistently saying I'm not worthy, then the universe is like, okay, if you don't feel like you're worthy, then I'm not going to give this to you. I'm just seeing it, Rowan, that you're having is lagging. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're going to turn that off and see. Let me see if I can fix it. Skip frames. Okay. All right, are you better? Come on, get better. Uh-oh. Probably my internet just going crazy. Is it better now? I'm hoping that it'll stop being crazy. Oh, come on. Yeah, it could just be me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ugh, the worst. I hate when these things happen. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me just see if I can fix this real fast. Okay, yay! All right. Is it better now? I think we fixed it. Please let me know, and then I will adjust accordingly. Come on. Stop being a butt. Okay. Alright, so it looks good on my end. Hopefully it's good on your guys's. I just deleted the music, so I have a feeling that that was what was causing the issue. So, yay! Alright, I don't know where I was, but let's get back to the readings here. Okay. Yeah, Joan, you have to be very careful of how you word things, how you, when you do manifestation spell. And remember, there's a reason why it's called spell. It's because, you know, you use your words, it's spelling, right? So you have to be very careful with how you word things. But yeah, most of the time, if you do like a money spell, and you don't have parameters on, you know, how to get it or how to come by it, it usually will show up with like, okay, yeah, here's overtime, here's some, you know, extra work, all that stuff. Like, there you go. Like, you wanted money, here you go. So you have to be kind of careful with how you go about your verbiage. Mystified, I think that's hard because it's a huge life change, right? So I think if you know in your heart of hearts the direction that you want to go, then keep going towards that. And honestly, nobody could tell you if that's the right thing other than yourself. Like, I could do all of the readings and everything for you, but like, it won't tell me what is directly the right answer for you. You kind of have to know that, and be confident in that decision. For instance, like, I'll give you an example, and then we'll get back to the readings. But for me, when I first started out doing this with the YouTube and everything, it wasn't a career move. Like, I didn't expect it to be something that I would be doing for money. It was like a side thing that I did for hobby, and I enjoyed it, and I'm like, hey, if I can make a couple extra bucks a month from it, cool. So it wasn't sought after to be like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. But it was something that I was consistently working at, and I just fell in love with it, and I wanted to do more of it. And then I would always once I was starting to get my, channel picked up and like things were moving and grooving, and then I got monetized, I was like, oh my God, this could be a thing, but I have to work consistently with it. I have to put a lot of focus into it. I have to do a lot of work on my downtime, which I don't really have right now. So like, what do I do? So I was constantly going back and forth of like, do I continue doing my 9 to 5? Do I just take a risk and a leap of faith and kind of trust that this is what was meant to happen? And like, I did a bunch of readings all the time, and Spirit was just like, look, do what you got to do. Like, I don't know how many times I got to tell you, like, either thing is fine. Like, what do you want? And so then the universe kind of made the decision for me. So I ended up losing my job due to the panini, and the store closed, retail. So the store closed for good, and we went out of business basically. And then I was able to kind of just have that time to contemplate what I wanted, and this was something that I was consistently able to do. I was able to do it from home. I love it. It was just like one of those things that was kind of the decision was made for me in a sense, and I know I was making the right decision. It was a risk, and it's still not something that like I could do on my own at this point. Like, it will definitely not pay rent at this point, but the whole message here is that sometimes we don't know what direction our life is going to take, and sometimes doors open for you when they're least expected, and especially when you're having a hard decision to make. So sometimes it's about trusting your gut and like allowing the universe to kind of take the wheel a little bit, putting the work in, but allowing to the universe to just be like, all right, like whatever happens. I'm just going to kind of like keep doing what I need to do to get by, and I'm going to do what I need to do in order to like keep my head above water. But at the same time, I'm not going to force anything. I know that's probably not the best advice, but for me, I have a horrible time making life decisions, and I'm always second guessing myself. But like with this one, it's kind of like the first time where I'm like, okay, like I know that this was a rough decision to make, but it's the decision that I'm happy with. Like I love what I do, and it makes me feel good to be able to help other people, and I get to teach, which has always been a kind of a dream of mine to do, and so therefore like I'm comfortable with this decision. So all of that to say, I don't know really how to help you other than or help you make a decision or guide you other than sometimes we just kind of have to take a back seat from the driver's wheel and keep going and doing what we need to do to get by. Okay, yay, we're fine? Okay. God, look, I'm telling you. The technology. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's working now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So who was next? I gotta scroll up. I'm so sorry. Okay, no script for Spirit. And by the way, like now that we've read a couple of these for the readings, what do you guys think about this deck now? Has it changed your opinion, or are you just like, no, this isn't for me? I love hearing your guys' thoughts. All right. No script for Spirit. Dearest you, let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside your everyday moment-to-moment experience, thinking you will find happiness out there someday? So many go chasing a magic it out there, but it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy. What made you is pure joy, and every time you wake up and even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fullness come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it and cultivating it, and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this so when the time comes, you will be fully free, and your joyful being and actions will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful even for tears and loss, for they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all and love every minute. We all love you like crazy over here. So that saying, the grass is always greener on the other side, is not true. The grass is green where you water it. So I think that's basically the central message of this. So like, don't go chasing a new thing just because you think it might be better, or, you know, it might bring you more joy. I think that this is one of those cases where if you know for certain that the current state that you're in, the place that you're in, situation in general is not bringing you joy, first of all, look at what could be changed, what habits could be changed. But if the situation that you're in is toxic, obviously change it. But yeah, there's the saying too, where like, you can't find happiness if you're not happy with yourself. Same thing with like love. If you can't find a relationship, or you're not going to find love in somebody else if you can't love yourself first. So I think this whole essential message is like, it's okay to, you know, want to do something else if that's going to benefit you, but at the same time, you have to be happy with yourself and happy with what you can do internally and all of that stuff before you move on. Because at the same time, like, if you're not happy with yourself, then obviously there's caveats to that, right? But like generally, if you aren't happy with who you are and what you represent, then you're not going to be happy, you know, over there in that job, you know, with this person. You have to be content with who you are. And obviously there's levels to that, but the overall meaning is like, be okay with who you are, accept you for you, accept your flaws. You know, again, everybody's human, nobody is perfect. So if you're chasing something that you think will be better, you know, if you're chasing another grass or lawn, it might not be the best thing, and it's probably going to be the same situation if you don't work here first. Sorry, I'm running back on chat here. Okay. Mystified, I wonder if you could like do something from Zoom for a little bit and see how that works out, because I know that there's still going to be so many restrictions and stuff. Like maybe you can do something over Zoom, still get an income that way, like maybe not as much as you were getting in like a full building, but maybe in the meantime you can put together like a weekly thing where it's at a certain time and you all do something over Zoom, just to maybe supplement something. And then you know, just keep an open mind with all of the other buildings or in other locations to see if things feel right. I don't know, that was just something that I thought of. Okay, JL is next. Let's see. Absolutely. Yeah, it is a good deck to read for yourself. But yeah, it is a little harder to read for others. You kind of have to read between the lines a little bit, but it is very much a personal deck. Hey V! It's not a must-have deck for me. Doesn't spark me. Yeah, I get that. I completely get it. Two oracle decks that have this feel. Oh, yeah, Notes from the Universe. I don't have that one, but I feel like that seems to be like a similar vibe. And this is why I love doing these things. So, like, you guys don't have to, like, buy similar decks or be disappointed, or you get a feel for it. Yeah, it does. It's more of a personal deck. I don't think it's a deck that... But here's the other thing that you can use it too if you're reading for clients in a face-to-face situation. You can always have them shuffle and pull and have a message for them that they can read personally. That's a way if you're connected to the deck or already have it. Absolutely, no script. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah. Hey, One Step at a Time, welcome. I think it's a good deck for a professional reader to have. I think it would connect with others in a larger reading. Yeah, a nice closing message card. Yeah, you know what, that makes sense. Don't know if I'd use it enough for myself. Yeah, like I said, it is definitely a deck that I don't use often. I'll pull it out every once in a while, and then for a certain reason, and then after that, I'm like, all right, I'm good for a while. But I feel like that with most of my decks, I have decks for certain readings that I'll pull from, or they'll call to me for a certain specific person or reading. Okay, JL. Okay, well, let's dial that back a little bit, okay? All right. I feel like this one's been read before. I don't know. All right, well, we've got the little angels, and it says, "Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creations of spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence, but the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are, without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all of its flawsomeness. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too, imperfect and human, complex or simple, it doesn't matter. For there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy." So again, it's another one of those things like learn to love yourself. It's okay if you have flaws. It's okay if you're not perfect. We're human. We are all we are all perfect in the universe's eyes, right? Can I ask a question on, can I ask for guidance on something? Absolutely, one step at a time. Absolutely. Yeah, so, sorry, distracted by chat. So it's okay to not be, you know, your perfect version of yourself. As long as you're working on, you know, what makes you happy, then that's different. But if you expect perfection out of yourself, it's never going to come. We're never going to be perfect. Those people that you see on Instagram, on social media, celebrities, they are definitely not perfect. And they have a whole team behind them to look a specific way or be a specific way. They have a PR team to help them not say certain things. You know, so you have to have grace with yourself and compassion with yourself. There are so many things that I don't like about myself, and I am in my 30s and I am learning to love the flaws. Like it sucks having the social media and things like that be in our face every day with what we should look like and perfection. Oh, Mystified, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys have been so sweet tonight. Oh my god. I mean, you're sweet every night, but oh my god. So yeah, JL, don't put too much pressure on yourself if things aren't how you want them or should think that they should be, because you are exactly where you need to be. You are worthy, you are enough, and you are valid, and the universe wants you to remember that. So you know, the more pressure that you put on yourself to be perfect, the less everything else will get done. The less you're going to feel about yourself. Like, absolutely work on yourself. Try to be a better version of yourself from yesterday. But that doesn't mean, you know, drastic things, right? Yeah. Okay. Mystified. I see. I wish you all the success. Yeah, I prefer images as well, Cha-Cha. I do as well. Okay, one step at a time. Let's see. I could pull a card and see what's going on with that. Like, I don't think that you were thoughtless. So I feel bad for ignoring my boss and continuing to tell her what Maurice said, even after she told me to put Maurice on hold on the phone. I feel so thoughtless. I'd like guidance on anything I can do to fix this. Well, the fact that you feel thoughtless is showing me that you didn't mean anything. You know, like, you didn't have any ill intent. It could just be that you just need to have a conversation. It could just mean that, you know, we have to, what's the word, the saying, the vernacular? Eat crow. Sometimes we have to, sometimes it's not fun to acknowledge that we were maybe in the wrong or didn't do the right thing, but the fact that we apologize or have a conversation or try is a step in the right direction. And it could just be a misunderstanding. So let's see. I don't know if this will help with the situation, but we can see what the card says for sure. This one popped out on me. Okay. Dearest you, let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside your everyday moment-to-moment experience? Oh my gosh, stop with the double cards. We just had this card. Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can pull another card and see if that will work, because that's just essentially saying to be content with who you are, find happiness within yourself. But that's not really helping with your question. So let me just see. But again, I feel like it is definitely like acknowledging that you didn't mean like any ill will toward this situation. Like, let's see. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. So if you're willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be discovered only by the curious optimist. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you might not even know you have. Right now, whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all the aspects of it you need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true. So moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know, or that's interesting. as you keep your mind and heart open to new experiences and a richer existence overall. All of us over here want you to be all you can be. We are cheering for you. Can you hear us? So, again, yeah, keeping an open mind. I think maybe just having a conversation with your boss and allowing them to know that you weren't meaning any ill will, to kind of like